Here, kitty, you want the Fluffal mouse? You want the Fluffal mouse, kitty?
How's it hanging, YouTube? This is King of Feral Imps, and hey, more Fluffal stuff. Okay, so anyway, of course, today or yesterday, depending on when you see this or when I upload this, the what was it called? The sneak peek for the newest set was out, giving us Fluffal Mouse. So I figured I'd just go ahead and update Fluffals for August of 2015, and of course with I guess Tiger as well. But anyway, yeah, let me just go ahead and get started, and yeah, this is the new Fluffal. So first of all is 3 Fluffal Mouse. Now, yeah, there are proxies because, hey, in the OCG it was a common, but for some reason, it looks nice as a super, but it would feel so much better as a common. Anyway, 3 Fluffal Mouse. I have at least one, but it was really hard to get at the sneak peek. Anyway, what he does is during your main phase, you can activate his effect and special summon 2 more Fluffal Mouse from your deck. Of course, that's why you're going to play 3, or you can special summon up to 2. And you can't special summon any other monsters from your extra deck except for Frightfurs for the rest of the turn, so you can't really use them to make, say, like Baby Turagan or Dullahan or Slacker Magician or anything. It's meant strictly for fusion summoning, of course. And of course, you can only use this effect once while he's face up on the field. So with this card out, it just helps so much with cards like Wolf and like Tiger that need a lot more Fluffal monsters for their materials in order to help. It can also help you make 2 things, just have enough Fluffals to make, like, say, a sheep and a Leo and a wolf all in the same turn, or tiger, so on and so on. It just helps with swarming the field and thinning out the deck, of course. So it's really good. That's why that's the first one at 3. The next one is 3 Fluffal Owl. I'm still playing this at 3 because I really like it. This is one of my favorite cards in a very long time. I'm sure you know the effect by now. If it's normal or special summon from the hand only, you can add a polymerization from your deck to your hand, but its effect is also you pay 500 to essentially activate polymerization, but only for Frightfurs. So he's very good. Most of the times what I'll end up doing is I'll summon him and add the polymerization, but for the first fusion, or first few fusions, I'll use his effect so I can at least have some hand advantage with poly, say if I need to discard it or if I need to use it later or anything. But with it adding poly and being poly itself, it helps a lot with the double fusioning in a single turn. And then the last triple is 3 Fluffal Dog. I won't call it Doge this time. I guess. So anyway, Fluffal Dog is essentially the opposite of Fluffal Owl in that he searches out a Fluffal monster or Edge Imp Sabers, but currently only Sabers, because that's how his effect says. I guess they don't want him adding the other Edge Imps because they're really good. But anyway, he's great. He's of course, people call him Stratos, but I don't really like that. He's a huge 1700 beater on level 4, so he's just really good. He's these 3 are essentially the best ones. Well, Mouse, I guess, is still being tested, but for the most part, these are your main core and stuff. Then the rest of the Fluffal monsters are just 2 Fluffal Sheeps. I cut this down from 3 because to make room, of course, for Mouse and for I suppose other things, but it's really good. It helps with bringing back Edge Imps from the grave, and then it's essentially just a free monster. But with Mouse being even more free monsters and even faster. Not that it's outclassed, but that's basically the reason why I put it to 2. And then the last are just 1 Fluffal Rabbit, 1 Fluffal Cat, and 1 Fluffal Bear. Just make sure your cat doesn't get near your mouse. If these are used as fusion materials, he adds back Poly, he adds back a monster, and then you can discard him to add Toy Pot or tribute him to add back Poly. They're pretty useful. For a while I cut out Cat, but I don't know, I just like it because it's a cat and it's real cute and whatnot. And it can be useful. But if you need to, if you feel like it, go ahead and switch out Cat for just another rabbit. That's all for the Fluffals. So anyway, now for the Edge Imp monsters are 2 of the Edge Imp Sabers. I guess you could bring it to 3, but 2 is fine. The most of any Edge Imps now I'm playing is 2. He's the basic one, the first Edge Imp to come out, of course. He's got a Plague Spreader Zombie effect, and he's needed as fusion material for Wolf and for Tiger, some of the best ones. And then 2 Edge Imp Chain, this one you use for your Fight for Sheep. And it's sort of self-replacing in that if it attacks, you can add another one. But since we're playing only 2, it's not that useful. It's a decent defender, but it's got a neat effect that if it's sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can add a Fright for card from your deck to your hand. So it helps with searching. If you end up discarding this through any of your discarding means, it's very useful where if worst comes to worst, you set it, and then it can get you a search if its attack was something that can get over it. Then the last two are just one Edge Imp Saw, one Edge Imp Tomahawk. Saw's got a decent effect. When it's normal summon, you can discard a Fluffal, draw 2 cards, put one either on the top or bottom. It's not really decent, but if you ever have to normal summon it and use it, it's not that bad. But it's still pretty bad. It's just mostly here, of course, for the fusion material. And then Tomahawk. Tomahawk's got some neat effects. You can discard an Edge Imp to burn your opponent for 800, or you can. He's basically what's that elemental hero? Prisma. Is that he can ditch an Edge Imp from your deck to your grave, and then he takes the name for the rest of the turn. A lot of people play this at high amounts, but I really don't like it because if you're gonna search an Edge Imp out through most means, you might as well just search these. This is more of a if you draw it, or just kind of works for extra names, but it works that it can be any of them. It is useful though, I will say that, but I personally just don't like it. And then the last monsters is just 2 Summoner Monk, because a lot of your spells get effects when they're sent to the graveyard, and you do play a lot of spells, and you play level 4s, so you can get the Tomahawk or you can get the Chain, which most of the times I just go straight for the Chain and then fuse. But if I need to make something with Scissors, that's the reason Tomahawk is here. Say if you need to make something with Saw, since you can't really bring out a level 3 with Summoner Monk. But anyway, that's all for the monsters. Next are the spells. Just 1 Dark Hole. This could be Regeki if you want. I don't care. I'm just using it because Key Beetle or whatever. 1 for 1. Of course, this you would use to bring out your mouse and then get your mouse play started. Although you do have to discard a monster. I mean, you can go ahead and discard Scissors or Sabers, and then Sabers will come back, so it's not that bad. 1 Fusion Recovery, since we are doing all fusion stuff. This is very useful, and you can even use it with stuff later. 1 Suture Rebirth as some like reborn power. I don't like that it negates the effect, and I don't really want to play Designer Fright Fur, but this just helps with making more stuff, more fusions. And then 1 Fright for Factory. This card has got an interesting effect that it becomes a fusion stuff. To pay a cost, you have to banish a Polymerization or a fusion spell card from your graveyard. So really, Fusion Recovery works with that, which is amazing because you can go ahead and use this, add back your Poly, add back Fusion Material, and then later, while it's still in the grave, you can banish it with Fright for Factory. And then also it has the effect that if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add one of your banished Fright for Fusion monsters from your banished zone to your hand. So, use this, banish your Fright for Fusions that are dead in the grave, and then if it gets destroyed, you can just bring them back. So it's self-replacing in a sense, and it helps with recycling a lot of this stuff. Now for spells, just 2 double summon, because I feel that the deck needs just more ways of getting out monsters. I was playing that other quick play, but this ended up being better because of course you can, monk and whatever. You can normal summon monk after using that. Then just 2 polys. I'm just using Fusion Substitute because it's kind of cool, but really you should be playing just polys if you want, or 1-in-1 kind of works, but just stick with poly. Then 2 of the Fright for Fusion. You could bring this to 3, but again, you just have lots of ways of searching it and then reviving it. And then the last spell, just 3 Toy Vendor. This helps with ditching your stuff and getting things rolling. And of course, you can discard it with Monk and then get the search off of it. It's really great. And last for traps, I play 1 Ring of Destruction. I think it was the Dual Logs that I saw playing this or something, but it helps with monster removal, and then do this, get rid of your opponent's monster, and then go for Wolf and Wolf for game, and then just 3 trap stuns to make sure I get OTK off. I feel that this deck doesn't need so many traps, at least how I'm playing it, but yeah, this is all. Next for the extra deck is 3 Fright for Sheep. You don't have to play as many numbers as I am, I'm just kind of maxing out on stuff. This one's amazing. It's got an Armades effect. It comes back if it's destroyed by battle or by card effect, but only once per turn. It's just amazing. This is probably my favorite. And there have been times where I gotten 3 out at the same time, and with that, you don't even really need trap stuns so much. And then 3 of the Fright for Wolf, Wolf and Sheep and whatever. This one, of course, is your major attacker, can attack based on the amount of fusion materials used for it. It's just great. this is the Fright for Tiger proxy. Now, since Fright for Tiger is a Shonen Jump promo, currently it's more of a, if you have it, use it, or if you can get it, use it. Currently I don't have any, but I'll probably be picking them up since they're only like $25 online. But anyway, yeah, this Fright for Tiger, it's just so amazing that when it, it can destroy a lot of stuff. Normally you can get game just by summoning Tiger and then Wolf, and then that's it. Tiger destroy everything, Wolf attack multiple times. Then just one bear. It's got a decent effect, but I don't use it so much. One Leo, since we're only playing one Saw. It's great though. It is amazing, and I'm glad I have one, and I would never play without one. But it's just fine at one. And then one Forever Chimera, just in case you can get all these in the grave and you feel like having fun and bringing out this monstrosity. And then the last stuff in here is just various useful Xyz monsters. Exciton Knight if you get in that situation. Heartland Draco because you play face-up spells. Key Beetle because you actually play dark stuff and you can protect those stuff. And then Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon just as your beater. And that's all for the extra deck. So anyway, that has been it for this updated Fluffal deck profile. Starting the new cards and stuff. It's pretty good. It's still fun, mostly, and everything, but there are things that you can do with it, of course. You can get some big plays off, and it's very fun, of course, because you're using all fluffy, stuffy, and everything. Yeah, so anyway, if you enjoyed the content, remember to subscribe, and also leave a like and a comment to show your support. This has been King of Feral Imps, and have a nice day.